Hey there everyone, and welcome to Bill's Retro Gaming Show. On today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some more news from Basic Fun involving their Wrestlefest cabs, including a fix for the AB button issue on the Counter series, and a brand new mod available from the Buystuff store for your Wrestlefest Ultra. Stick around because it's all coming up right after this. Alright everyone, thank you so much for tuning in and checking out today's video. If this happens to be your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscription button, click the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I put up a new video, give this one a thumbs up, and leave a comment below if you want to be part of the conversation. Now to start off, we're going to look at the WWE Countercade, because there's an issue with that machine when it comes to pressing the A and B button simultaneously. Now, in games like Wrestlefest and Superstars, you're supposed to be able to press the A and B button together in order to make your character run. And in Super Dodgeball, when you press A and B button together, your character is supposed to jump. However, that does not appear to be working on these machines out of the gate. Well, Basic Fun have now responded to this issue, and they've released a firmware update. Now, just a quick disclaimer as I get into this next part of the video, because personally, I do not own one of these Counter series machines, so I have not done this firmware update myself. This is not meant to be a how-to video on how to do the firmware. It's specifically for your information, for those of you guys who do own this machine and would like to know where you can go to get this firmware update. Keep in mind that doing this update is going to make changes to the firmware of the PCB, and you're going to be doing so at your own risk. So having said that, let's go over to the Basic Fun website and I'll show you where you can get this so you can do this for yourself. So in order to get this firmware update, what you can do is go to the Basic Fun website, go to the top where it says support and click on customer support. That's going to bring you to the customer support page, and you're just going to scroll down to where it says Arcade Classics customer support. Now this should open up a brand new page dedicated to support for Arcade Classics, and up at the top you're going to go to Knowledge Base. Now let me just say real quick that Basic Fun have actually done a really great job with this knowledge base, and there's a lot of great info in here, including links to assembly videos and instructions on how to put together some of their classic machines, product game and specs, troubleshooting if you're having issues with different controls and things on it. So this is actually a great place to go if you need help or need information on any of their arcade classics, especially these new Counter and Ultra series. But in terms of this fix for the WWE Counter, you're going to go to the troubleshooting section to product updates where it says WWE Countercade. Now this will lead you to a page where you can download the firmware update. You can also see exactly what this update is going to fix. And primarily it's the AB simultaneous button press that's the issue. That's a problem in Wrestlefest, Superstars, and Super Dodgeball. And apparently there's also some sprite issue involving Jim Duggan and Hulk Hogan in one of the games that this also fixes. But clicking on this link right here will take you to another page where you can actually download the firmware update. From here, just click the download folder and the upgrade will download. Now, this is going to be a zip file. In that zip file is a folder. Just unzip the file, put that folder somewhere on your PC. In there is instructions on how to do the firmware update. Just do that and you'll be good to go. So in that folder is a PDF with the instructions on how to do the firmware update. For the most part, you're just going to follow along with this, and again, hopefully you should be good. They've got their own disclaimer here. I've given you mine. Like I said, I have not done this personally. This is just for information for you guys on where to go to get the firmware update so you can do it for yourself. But I was reading through the instructions, and I did notice something in here that I want to point out to you guys, just in case it's a little confusing. Now, as I said, as you follow along with this, there's information on here. There's specific things that you should do if you're running a Windows 11 machine. You're just going to follow along with these instructions. But as you get close to the end, one of the things it's going to talk about is if you're on Windows 11, that you're going to want to uninstall the Phoenix Suite software that is used to do this firmware update. The problem is it looks like they've actually swapped 2 pages on the PDF, because as you get into this, it talks about uninstalling the software. However, on the next page, it talks about completing the update process. You're going to want to complete the update process first before you uninstall the software and then run this command line prompt. So really, this should come first. You should let the firmware update process complete successfully. Go up one page. Starting here, how to uninstall this. You're going to open a command prompt, skip down, and then do what it says to do in the command prompt. So it does feel like this page and this page are flipped, they're swapped in the PDF. So I wanted to point that out so that as people are going along with this, you don't get confused. Do not uninstall the Phoenix Suite software until the firmware is done updating. Now, that should be pretty obvious, but it was something I noticed. I wanted to just take a minute and point it out to you guys just to help you out a little. But that's it. That's how you can get your hands on the firmware update for the WWE Countercade. Now, I'll have some links in the description to make it a little easier for you guys to get directly to this if you want. But let's move on and let's talk about the other WWE machine. This is their Ultra machine. Now, first off, for those of you who've been interested in this, but you haven't been able to get your hands on it yet because the Amazon listing got taken down, well, they've now put it back up. Whatever the issue was with the posting, they've been able to fix it. It's back up on the Amazon site. Now, the Counter Series still isn't up there yet because I think they're actually trying to do this AB firmware update to the machines that they have in stock in the warehouses before they start selling them again. But in terms of the Ultra Series, this is back on Amazon. The $100 coupon is still available, so you can still get this at the lower $4.99 price from Amazon. But for those of you who've already purchased the Ultra Series or are considering purchasing it and find that you're less than satisfied with the results, our friends over at Buystuff Arcades have got you covered. Buystuff Arcade have released a mod kit that will allow you to add your own PC or their included PC that includes 20 different wrestling games, including the original arcade ROMs for both WrestleFest and Superstars, as well as 150 other games, turning this into a full multicade. I'll go over all the different options so you can see what's available in this mod kit. Now, starting out, there are two main options here. Now, you could go for just the encoder board itself. This includes the encoder board, the HDMI board, USB cable, power harness, and sound cables for $124. This will let you set up the WrestleFest machine for you to be able to add your own PC with your own games. Or you could go for the full kit for $249, which includes that encoder board and all those accessories, as well as Buystuff's mini PC with the added games on it. Now, a quick disclaimer from Buystuff: if you're buying their full gaming box kit, please note that the ROMs and the OS are free. You are purchasing the gaming box hardware, the cables and mounting kit, and the extensive pre-configured optimization that went into this build. They are not selling you the games. They are selling you the box and their work to configure everything. The games are an added bonus. Now, once you make your main selection, whether you want just the encoder board itself or the full gaming kit, there are additional add-ons for this as well, including for $8, you could add a USB fan to their gaming box. Now, the WrestleFest machine does not come with a deck protector, so Buystuff have made their own to go along with this. So for an additional $40, you could add a deck protector as well. And if you really want to complete the look of this cabin, I love this, they've added stickers for the missing wrestlers. For $10, you get 2 sets of stickers, one for each side of the cab, for Sergeant Slaughter and the Legion of Doom. Now remember, if you buy the gaming box with this, this does come with the original arcade ROMs for WrestleFest that does include those fighters. So, wrestlers, fighters, you know where I'm going. So you could add stickers to just complete the look of this cab and make it really look more like an authentic WrestleFest cab. And for those of you who aren't fully satisfied with the 17-inch screen that comes in the WrestleFest machine, for $209, you could add the Buystuff's 19-inch monitor to go with this as well. And then finally, if you wanted to boost the height of the machine, they also have their 3-inch mini riser for $65 or their 5-inch mini riser for $69. Now, before I finish this up, on the listing for this mod kit, there is an FAQ section. In the FAQ section, you can get the games list of what games are included. You can see here the different wrestling games that are on this machine: 3 Count Bout, Mat Mania, Muscle Bomber Duo, Pro Wrestling, Saturday Night Slam Masters, both the arcade and the SNES version, Tag Team Wrestling, Tecmo World Wrestling, the main event, WWF Raw for Genesis, WWF Royal Rumble, both the arcade and the SNES version, WWF Superstars, WWF WrestleFest, WWF WrestleMania, arcade and Genesis versions. Now, I'm not going to list out the 150 other games that are on this. You can certainly check this list out for yourself, but there is a decent section here. You've got fighting games, you've got platform games. Now, some of these are going to be arcade games. Some of these are going to be console games. They don't really specify which is which in this listing, at least not now. Maybe that's something they'll update, guys, so that people know which is which. If you could, that would be great. There's shoot 'em up games on here as well. You've got different sports games on here. I'm assuming these are all configured properly to work with the 3-button setup that the WrestleFest machine has. But there you go. That's my look at Buystuff Arcade's mod kit for the WrestleFest Ultra machine. Guys, if you've purchased this machine and you've been considering modding it, this is something that you should definitely look into and consider. One of the things I love about Buystuff is that they have so many different options, so you can spend basically as little as you want, just the encoder board, or go full bore with their PC, with the added games and all the add-ons and extras. But guys, as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you own one of the Counter series, and are you going to do this firmware upgrade to it? And if you do, how did it go? Plus, let me know your thoughts on this mod kit from the Buystuff Arcade. Is this something you would consider doing to your WrestleFest, or are you happy with it the way it is, or are you considering other options? But that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please go ahead, leave me a like, leave me a thumbs up, leave me those comments below. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and do that as well. And if you'd like to support the channel even further, you could consider getting a membership. But that's all for now. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, and happy gaming.